I guess I'm just gonna start off with a bit about myself, really. So over this, I guess we'll do like an intro to me. I guess like how I got started, what got me into music, how to get into the scene, sort of stuff. Just sort of the ways that I'd go about starting a career in music, because I mean, I guess that's everyone's goal in this sort of shit. So that's why everyone's in the DeFi society, right? Because we all want to sort of either make a career out of music or it's just something we're passionate about. Then I'm going to dive into two projects. I'll go through my recent release on Quality Goods, Follow Me. And then I was going to jump into one of the tracks off my EP that I finished a couple of days ago, but we did a test stream in it yesterday and it just could not handle it. Like, me and Alex were driving each other insane trying to get this thing to work. So I'm going to have to go through my a remix I just did for LDIU, which it's future based as well, so you'll get the same sort of shit out of it. But what I will do is I'll show you the track off the EP as well, so you still get to listen to it. And maybe what we can do is next time we do one of these streams, I'll spend the whole stream going through that project just to sort of make up for not going through it today. But yeah, we got some comments now. How you going, guys? Kyle, Blake, Jared, how we going? Cool. So my name's Jaden. I'm an electronic producer from Perth in Western Australia. I've been making music for about maybe 5 years. I guess what sort of got me into this sort of music thing was my older brother. I mean, like, he used to be a trance DJ back in the day. And I'm just like a 15-year-old kid just in awe of like, what the fuck is this music, sort of thing. So then I sort of took it upon myself to get into dance music. Started jumping music festivals underage, which I don't recommend doing, but I mean, that's what got me into it. And I saw Skrillex at Greenfields, and then I was like, fuck, this is what I want to do. The following year, I was like, fuck it, I'll enter a DJ comp underage. That's actually how I met Jackson, who runs Defire. So, get out there, go to events, you'll meet people. That's how you network. And then, yeah, sort of got into production. So sort of breaking into the scene, I guess, networking is probably the main key thing. Like, I know some people who make some really insane music, but don't really have the network around them to sort of push it and push their music, get them out there. But, just societies like this, we're very lucky that we've got something like this, because, when you're at that level where you're going to release music and you want to make a brand for yourself, bouncing off each other and supporting each other, that's how you're sort of going to get bigger. So networking, it's a big thing. Cool. What I'm going to do is I'll start off by showing you the Follow Me, the track that we're going to be going over here. Hopefully it doesn't lag too hard. If it does, I'll just show you just a bounce of it, but then yeah, we can get into it. So I'm going to show you this version, and I'm going to show you the version yeah, the first bounce about a year ago, and the difference is fucking insane. But let's get into it anyway.
Coming in hot. Coming in.
Okay.
So that's the track. Now it was nothing like this when it first started. So I think I would have started this maybe like in May last year or something like that. And I'll show you the first version, completely different. Let me just get rid of that. Yeah, completely different. um, Now, the reason I'm going to show you the previous version is because you might make an idea or a song or something that you think's trash, but never get rid of it because, there might always be one or two things that you can come back to 6 months down the track because you will have improved in that time and you'll be like, okay, so I can turn this into something else. So this is the first version and it's literally fucking trash, but it turned into something good. And then I'm going to get into it and I'll show you how I made it and whatnot. But yeah. So it used to be called Hypernite. So I reference songs a lot. Usually every song I make is referenced, but it was film Twerl with Kuchka. I guess the intros and the verses and that were sort of along that vibe, but yeah, it turned into something different. So shit. You can see the difference, right? So let's get into it. So when I'm writing my songs, I mean, everyone's different. Some people start with drums. Some people start by writing, real feely verses, builds, whatever first. But I always tend to start with writing a drop first, and then I'll sort of just work back, I guess. So this song's heavily sample based. My sound design recently has just been more so picking apart a sample, mangling it, and then turning into something completely different. So I work in loops. So I'll work in a loop, say 4 or 8 bars, whatever. Now, the original sample is a medicine sample. Yeah, it's a bit of a spin out. So this is it without any effects on. Yeah. So start chopping it up. And then I added Isotope Trash. It's a really powerful distortion plugin. You just basically, chuck it on and mess with the, let's unfreeze this. Just mess with the presets, really. So let's turn the effects off. We'll go one by one. A little bit of trash on there, so distortion. And then we've got Altar Boy. Little Altar Boy, it's something I'll usually use on vocals. So it's got these really cool format things where, like, if you turn the format down, you can get those cool, like, zoo type vocals, I'll show you guys an example later because I use that on the actual vocals too. But yeah, I highly recommend Trash, and I really recommend a little Altar Boy. Soundtoys do some great plugins, and like every couple of months they'll do these flash sales where like usually it's $150, but they'll do them for like $20. So keep your eye on Soundtoys. So yeah, with that on, pitching it down with the reverb. Yeah, so we got that, which then turned into that was the melody from the first demo, the shit one I just showed you. I really hated the project. I left it for a while and came back to it and basically just resampled that and sort of redid the melody, redid the rhythm, sorry. And then it turned into this. So we've got the new melody. It's the exact same thing. I've just rearranged the melody. So we've got the main right. I'll push one all the way to the right, and then I'll push one all the way to the left, and I have a little delay on there so that they're not phasing. Because if you spread them left and right and you don't put a delay on, all it's really doing is making it louder. So you just got to put a little bit of delay on, and now it's sounding super wide. So now you've got from there. You basically just go step by step. I'll just keep working in this loop over and over and over until it starts sounding full. So obviously from there, I would go drums. I'm just going to move this so I can see my shit. Yeah, so drums next. For really, really standard drums. We've got just, your basic kick, your basic snare. From there on, I will basically just be like, okay, well, I'm pretty happy with that sort of section, and then I'll just extend it out. I didn't really want to carry over that same melody because I found it quite boring, so I just started messing with some new ideas. So this is where, some more sound design comes in. So I wanted to go for like a real, I don't know, I was listening to, heavily influenced by a lot of Quix's new shit, definitely Bad Rapper, Advance, that sort of stuff. So I just wanted like a real screechy lead. So I started messing with, this was originally a sample. So let's take the effects off, unfreeze the track. Effects wise, I've just got like an auto pan, just like spinning it out. These aren't being used. Very weird looking EQ. And that's just like a washout thing. But let's see what the original sample actually is. Get creative with samples. I've got some a pitch pen going on here, so we've got. Now I had that in there, and obviously, if I play this now, it's not going to sound full enough. So I need another layer, right? So I basically just went into Serum, and yeah, just pretty much did the same thing. Just tried to make it thicker. So we've got. Layered together, you've got a nice thick sounding screechy lead. Let me just freeze this. Cool. So we've got our two main sections. Let me just turn the bass off so you guys can sort of see where we're at. So we've got drums, we've got our two leads. So here's where we're at now. What comes next? You're obviously going to put a bass in. So classic hip hop sub. I stand by hip hop sub to the death. I mean, this thing's the greatest. You've got all these macros on here where you've got so much control and things you can do without having to do, too much post-processing. So it's just thick. There's barely anything going on, just a bit of the distortion going on there. So now we've got our little drop loop. So we've got adding in fills to sort of accentuate the little gaps is also another thing. It's going to keep your music exciting. So, you can have the same pattern just like over and over and over, but adding these weird little fills in it's the new wave trap is what everyone does in bass music now. It's just like it's almost like ear candy. So putting these random fills in, and you can use anything, like just put any sort of sample in there, if you're able to bass, start messing with things like the warping algorithms, put it like half, 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 half until it's a completely different sample, and you'll come up with something weird. I think that's sort of what I did with the. So now I've got our little loop. Generally then once I'm happy with like a little 8-bar loop, I'll just copy and paste, and then all you'll have to do is sort of switch up one or two things. So let's turn loop off. So instead of going up with the rising, I'm going down, and just one little slight different fill. It's literally copy and paste, but to the listener, if you're changing one or two things, they're thinking it's exciting, and Jaden, can you serum patch? Sorry, man, I'm just reading the comments now. Jaden, can you show that serum patch? The pictures are real quick and free to back up. Yeah, feels alive. Yeah, cool. I'll show you that thing. So we got, back to it. We got, so pitching up, then pitching down, and that's your sort of loop. And then once we go into the next section, it's generally copy and paste again, but you're going to want to add one more thing just to keep it exciting. Because again, people do get bored easily. People tend to skip. If they can predict what's coming next, they'll change to the next song. They'll skip to the end of your song. So you want to always keep something exciting going at all times. So I just, went digging for the right sample. Just another thing as well. Don't be afraid to use samples. When I first started off, I was like, okay, you have to make everything from scratch in Serum. If you don't make it yourself, it's cheating. It's not the case. I'd like to see anyone go in and turn that medicine sample into that. Don't be afraid to use samples. Don't give a fuck what anyone else says. If it sounds good, use it. That's what samples are there for. They're there to be used. So I use this Montel medicine sample as well. Just pitching it around.
Switch.
There's really not much going on in this patch here. So it's pretty much just a couple of sine waves with some distortion. But I'm following the same automation because Zoom's running it. Okay, I'll try close Chrome. If the thing closes, then fuck my life. But let's see. No, we're good. Sweet. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for the tip, Jackson. That's actually helped me a lot. Cool. Yep. So this Alex has asked me to show you guys this patch. Very centered patch. It's all in the automation. So we've got some pitch automation going on. The same as that one. Layered together. There you go. Cool. Let's move on. So we've got a little drop audio going now. So we've got, again, work in your loop. You make that sound banging, copy and paste, change one or two things, copy and paste that section, and add another element to keep it interesting. So let's play it through. there's your drop. So once I have my drop, I work backwards. So I'm like, okay, let's start making a build and an intro. Like I said, I was listening to like trying to reference Flume's Hyperreal. Fantastic song. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you do. But yeah, basically started with a vocal. So started digging through Splice for some vocals. And I found this one from Kara. She's amazing. Really, really good. You'll definitely check her pack out. I'm pretty sure she's on that new Moody Good Slander collab, I think. But yeah, so let's run through some of the processing of these vocals. Unfreeze. So we've got Little Altar Boy again. So let's listen without Altar Boy. It's just side chains. And then listen to what Little Altar Boy does. So you don't have to change the pitch. You can mess with the formant, which is sort of just like, I don't know, you get these weird zoo vocals like insane. So what we'll do is we'll focus on this intro section now. So fucking lit. Also, guys, shoot through any questions or if there's anything specific you want me to go over in this project while we're running through it. Because I mean that's why we're doing this. Cool. So we've got our vocal. From there, again, I'm working in loops, so I'll just work in a loop like just like that or whatever. I'm just looping that medicine loop, so that's going to reference a drop. The reason I find it easier to work backwards, like writing a drop then going backwards, is because for this reason, like you can have your drop banging there ready to go, and then you can just take little bits from that drop and then put them in the intro, and that's going to reference a drop. It all sort of makes sense. If I do it the other way around, I find it a lot harder to make a drop match an intro. I find it easier to work backwards, but yeah, it's so we've got that just like same sort of pluck loop, just like reverb quite heavy, and that's just sitting behind that vocal. Some effects. Just your standard like stomps. It seems like I really just abused this Medicine Montel pack in this song, hey, so I should probably be giving them some of the royalties. And then the classic Reese bass. For anyone that doesn't know, just if you're struggling to make like your intros, your verses, whatever, fill out Reese basses. It makes everything perfect. It feels at low end and like a lot of the good mid range, and you can like really add a big sort of vibe to your sound. So I've actually used a sample one for this one, but I'll quickly show you how to make a quick Reese bass for those of you that don't know. It's probably the easiest thing to make, but so we've got that intro section going, onto the build section, pretty much the exact same thing, just adding some build drums. So for the build drums, it's quite simple. We've just got same kick with just some extra like claps. Something I like to do with my build clap is I will add a reverb on, and just automate the decay time. So this is going to sound like it's almost like a riser's built into the collabs. And there you have it. So let's freeze that again. Cool, standard build drums with the raise going there. Effects, standard risers. If your builds are sounding weak, just start bombing like effects on effects on effects. There's some really good loops. I recommend the Cashmere. They've got a lot of good like marketing drums, stuff like that. Stuff that's going to make your build sound as like as psycho as possible because it's really going to have an impact on the drop. Just something to note. So yeah, that's what we got so far. As for the respace, I said to show you that quickly. So the respaces, they're really easy to make. So I'm sure most of you already know how to make them, but if we're in Serum,
make your music stand out, get more views, and way more engagement. Bring your music to life. Get Music Visualizer. In every format, even for social media. Get started today. The link is in the description.
legit all you have to do, initial preset, listen up, filter. I usually just put this mono thing on and put the porter time up, so then you get a glide, and then that's pretty much all you have to do. And then just like sort of open the filter to your liking, I guess. You can even, sometimes you can even just put like an LFO on the filter and I guess just have it sort of like opening like that and then have it really slow. There you go, that's your race. And yeah, use that in all your intros, builds, whatever, and it's going to fill your shit out. Cool. Let's move on. So we've got our intro, build, drop down. Now with the second part, with the breakdown, most people for tracks will just copy and paste this first section to the second and just change the second drop. But because I was referencing Hyperreal, I wanted to make it sort of drag on. I really prefer doing like, longer emotional sort of music. It's what I have fun doing, but sometimes when you're writing bangers, you have to try to keep it low key, but I thought, fuck it, let's do it anyway. So I had a really like this breakdown section sort of really does drag on. And I guess I just copy and paste everything, but got really weird with the vocals and just like sort of got more creative with the sections. Like you think this section here is going to go into a drop, but then it goes back into another, sort of drum pattern, but let's play it out. Think this is going to be a build, but it's going to go into another. We've got to go over this vocal section. So what I've done with this bit here is this was a complete fluke. I had like a tail coming off of this original vocal here. and I found a sweet spot, resampled it, added and just like looped it, and it came up with just going perfectly.
Coming in hot.
Go. Go.
Coming in.
Okay. Go.
Let's get into this section. Yeah, so this is another thing. I've just gone heavy on the samples again, but I mean, there's no shame in that. Let's turn this over there. So the first half of this whole song's Hyperreal. Now the second half is Oski. I've fucking been a massive Oski fan for years. Everything that dude does just inspires me to write some really weird shit. So that whole second section here is pretty much just like Oski style. So I found some, I think it was a company sample, put some OCT on, I messed with the pitching, and we've got that's for the first section. And the second section, again the same thing, but I've laid it with a we've got I've also gone and taken that original like and I've done what I was telling you guys to do before, messing with the halftime. So let's open this one up, unfreeze it. So it should be obviously. So if you click that halftime thing, going crazy with random little fills and shit. I've just gone really weird. Let's go into some of the fills. It's another one. I've grabbed a silent bass sample and got like an EQ sort of script just going like, so it's sort of like, let's hear it without it. Quite a big difference. Thanks by the way, I am reading all your comments, guys. I've got my phone next to me. Thank you for all the nice words. It's weird. Like this song, I was so scared to put it out. That's why it's been sat there for a year. I just didn't think anyone would like it. I thought it was too weird, but the response I got off it was fucking, yeah. Thank you guys. It's sort of made me more comfortable to put weird shit out again. So yeah, I do appreciate it. I don't think there's that too much more in this section. Let's see. So the back to go.
Okay. Go. Go.
I just reversed that vocal and put a EQ automation on it. So I've made it so it's sort of like almost like a radio, like an old school radio type effect on it. Lo-fi guys do that. I guess they'll just do like a band pass. But yeah, so let's just re-reverse that. I probably should have done that, to be honest. Fuck. Sounds way better. There you have it. Um, yeah, Alex, I can. Let me go through some of these. Um, any insight for making fills and breaks to transition between sections in the drops? Honestly, like it's all experimenting. Like the way this is now, I would have tried like 20 different random samples, like trying to get the right sound. It wasn't all as smooth as it sounds now. So my tip for you, Gerald, is to just experiment, man. When you have these gaps in the drop where you feel like you need something. So say like we got go and get in this section here. Let's turn this fill off. Drag in a bass sample, drag in a random sample, a vocal, whatever. Just try heaps of different ones, and I guarantee you eventually you'll find something that fits, and then just move on. And then you can use that again in like another section of the track, and it all sort of ties in together. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just like experiment, man. Let's try different samples, try different, warp things weird, like So we could get a sample in here. Let me just move to a different section. So we could get a clip like this, and we could cut a section out, and then just start messing with this shit. Might not but the pitching, start chucking some effects on. A few effects you could use would be like, say corpus, go put on, this is something I really like doing, put on the pipe resonator. We will turn the decay down. Tune down. And then we can put a vocoder on. We will go to the vocoder, we'll put it on modulator. Got a like crazy weird feel, right? And we can go in again and like very weird feel. Start doing shit like that and reverse it. That does not sound like the original sample, That's it for the fills for build. For Alex with the side chaining. It varies. I mean, back then I would go heavy on the side chain just with your standard like compressor. So let's go in and so I just like have side chaining to the kick and just have it like really heavy. So a quick attack and a quick release, but like pull the threshold all the way down. Lately though, because I find that gives it like a weird like little click, I've not really been liking that lately, and you'll see that when we go to the next project. I've now just been automating utility, so I'll chuck utility on to the sound I want automating, and I'll just have that follow the kick pattern. So I'll go like I'll just have it something like that. I feel like you don't get that click. It's more control. You can hold down Option and start bending it, so you can get weird little curves and shit. But yeah, does that answer your question, Alex? Do you guys have any other questions on this project? If you want, I can jump into the other one. I'm happy to go over anything. Just let me know now. I hope I didn't go too off topic. I mean, this is my first time doing something like this, so I hope you guys are getting something out of it. Yeah, Jackson. I actually picked it up from Dan because when we were working on something, yeah, he changed the side chain from what I'd done to that, and it made such a massive difference in the mix. Like everything was just so much cleaner. It wasn't like everything wasn't like sort of overly compressed and shit. Ever since then, I've been using utility to sidechain. I mean, you can use anything. There's plugins you can use, like Shaper Box is good. I don't really like LFO Tool, but LFO Tool is another one you can use. Whatever works for you guys. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do anything. It's just you can get the same you can get the same result from multiple ways of doing it. So whatever works best for you. But is yeah, try utility. It might work for you guys. Right, so this is a good one. Music theory. Were you compressing those vocals super hard? Three compressors. No, the vocal that so like those compressors were all just sidechain. They were because the samples you'll find on Splice and these packs are so processed well already. You don't really have to do too much post processing because they were already recorded and EQ'd and compressed and whatnot. All of those compressors that you're talking about on these vocals, they're all just sidechain. So you can see sidechain to the kick, sidechain to the build clap, and sidechain to the build drums. Yeah, Jackson's Shaper Box is a fucking really good one. I've been using that a lot lately. I'll get to the music. Alex, I'll get to the music theory thing in a second. I'm going to open up a fresh project and I'll show you. Do I always gravitate towards big half or quarter note length samples, or do you have another method to add extra detail to the rhythm of the fill? Honestly, I would never go in and just like, I'm going to go with the quarter length sort of fill. It's all just like experimenting, man. Like I might just mess with a sample and that sample fits at that length. Or, you know, there's no right or wrong way to do it, man. Gerald, if you're having trouble with getting your fills right, just keep experimenting, man. Just drag random samples in, mess with the pitching, mess with your warping algorithms. You know, there's some really weird things you can do with that too. Just another quick little tip. This is something when Carmack came through, Mr. Carmack came through Lab 6. He showed us this little trick. Let's try to pick a good longer sample. Okay, so get experimenting with your warping algorithms, guys. So we have let's make this faster. So you've got a bunch of different modes down here. If you chuck it on beats mode and you have this little one here and start pull this down. And you can like reverse it as well, make it sound different. It's basically like taking the transients and making it like sort of plucky, but if you get the right sound in there and do that, it can be really, really cool. Obviously that sounds trash, but you know, get experimenting. Yeah, I agree, Alex. People do overprocess samples. That's a thing with the samples nowadays on Splice. Like you really don't have to do too much processing because they're already made so well. But I'm going to wrap this project up, guys. If you don't have any more questions for me, I'm going to move on. But I will get to that music theory question now for you, Alex. I hope you guys learn a bit from this project. So I'm just going to quickly open up a new live set. And what I'll do is I'll give this to Alex or Jackson, and they can give it to you guys. It's in a way it's a little cheat thing for music theory. So it's called Key. I can't remember who gave me this. I think it was actually one of my students who gave this to me. But these are basically just a bunch of MIDI files. So they are blank. So if we chuck one of these on, let's go like E major or whatever, and we open it up. It looks blank, but if you just slide to the left, behind the play marker is every possible note that you could have in that scale, in that key. And if you hit fold, you've got every single note there. You can't hit a wrong note. So if I wanted to go in now and make an idea or make a chord progression, come up with some ideas, it saves you fucking hours and countless amounts of headache, and it's insane. So I'll just quickly give you a demo. Oops. Cool. So you can't hear the wrong note. So I don't even know what notes I'm pressing. I'm just gonna. And then you just get it going like that. Top melody as well. All you'd have to do is like duplicate that and just the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'll give you this. I'll give this to either Alex or Jackson, and you guys can have that. And just click add a folder, leave it here, and just drag it on, and just keep dragging the same empty one onto each MIDI channel you're opening, and you save yourself hours, guys. It's a really good way to start writing good stuff. Yeah, I know you can do that with the MIDI effect scale, but this is just I find that this one works easiest for me. But each to their own, guys. Cool. Let's get into the next one. So this is my LDRU remix. So this is a bit more future bassy for the guys that want to go with that sort of shit. Yeah. So this one was heavily influenced by Mumbai Power, Skrillex's song. Oh yeah, I just clicked invert to do the note flip thing. Sorry. So I need to talk more while I'm doing it. Where's the original? Here we go. So it's LDRU and Boost Seeker. Drew LDRU hit me up to a remix for it, and yeah, I was fucking smashing Mumbai Power by Skrillex at the time because it's a fucking insane song, and I wanted to do something like that. But yeah, that's the original. I'll sort of skip through it, I guess.
Give me a name, make a number.
Gangster, right?
Are we playing a game? Is it over now? Feeling a day, making thunder. Well, nothing's the same when we're in the clouds. Show me how I'm gonna read you, how I see you. Something to please you now. Do I believe you? Getting clearer. Show me the rules, I'll be a ruler. Show me the rules, I'll be a ruler. Show me the rules, I'll be a ruler.
That's sort of future bassy song, but it was yeah, the stems are really good to work with. In a way, I mean, the vocals are really hard to work with. I couldn't get anything sounding in key, but let's have a listen through this one. What I'm going to do is, because it's been really crackly while I'm showing you guys stuff, I'm going to just play the bounce from here just so you can hear it clear.
Give me a name, make a number. Are we playing a game? Is it over now? Feeling a day, making thunder. Well, nothing's the same when we're in the clouds. Show me how I'm gonna read you, how I see you. Something to please you now. Do I believe you? Getting clearer. Show me the rules, I'll be your rule. Can you wait for me? Can you wait for me? Show me the rules, I'll be your ruler. Are you running away to make it easy now? Thinking the same, all the better. We'll sing in the rain and then we turn around. Show me how I'm gonna read you, how I see you. Something to please you now, though I believe you. Getting clearer. Well, show me the rules, I'll be your rule. Can you wait for me? Can you wait for me? Show me the rules, I'll be your ruler.
So this is something that I hope you guys can get a bit out of because, and it's something I wanted to show you all is Granulator. I don't know if anyone's, I'm sure you have, but yeah, Flume's new mixtape. That's pretty much just all Granulator, and if you haven't got around it, I can get around it. So this one again started with the drop idea, but what I've done is I've taken. Right, so I'm going to show you how Granulator works first. So it's like a Max for it's like a Max for Live thing. You can just get it off the Ableton side, or it's already with Ableton. I'm not too sure, but basically you drag it on, and it's kind of like Simpler or Sampler. You drag a sample onto it, and what it's going to do is it's going to bounce around when you're pressing in one note. It's going to bounce around on random places on that sample. So what I've done is like dragged, say, stems from the song onto this Granulator. Yeah, so I've done a bunch of those, then bounced it into one, and then it eventually all came out smooth. But so I basically just I've had a vocal one, I've had a synth one using this Granulator thing, and I've laid them. Now another trick I like to do is this reverb thing. So what I do is I get, say, a section where it's sort of blank. And what I do is, let me just get one of these open. Yeah, we'll use that one. So let's unfreeze this. So you're automating the reverb to go up and down. And then I'm using utility to have little stops and make the reverb sort of sweep in and out. So like, it just, it fills shit out so much. It's like, yeah, really something you guys should start trying to mess with. But yeah, so that's pretty much on the drop. I'm just dragging in the stems into Granulator, messing around with different sections, and I've come up with sort of a lead pattern and just layering sounds and doing that reverb automation and utility automation to every single sound. And then I resampled it into just one main thing, just so I could process it better, I guess, because it was really harsh and stabby. But I will give you a quick demo on Granulator. I'm going to bounce out of this project. I'm going to come back in because it's just going to be easy for me to show you guys. Cool. So Granulator, chuck it on a fresh one. Let's get Splice open, and I'm going to find a vocal. So I kind of figured out that this is how Flume did most of the sounds in his in the Hi This Is Flume mixtape. And then I had a session with Howls. He's a Perth Press producer. He's on the Flume album, and I was doing this with him, and he's like, "Yeah, that's literally how we do it as well." So I was like, "Fuck!" So this is how it's done. So this is what Flume does. Let's find one.
You gotta notice. Oh yeah, yeah.
No, let's choose. Let's go with that.
You gotta.
So the way it works is, like I said, it's like sort of like a sampler. So firstly, you're gonna want to turn the decay and the release down. So you've got like a. So what it's doing right now is it's looping the sample. It's looping whatever section I've got it at. And there are three things you're going to want to mess with is the grain, file position, and spray. So file position is obviously going to be where it's starting from when I'm pressing a key down. So at the moment it's starting at that point in the sample. You've got grain, which is going to be how long it's going to loop. That sample is going to go for the loop. And you've got spray. So spray is actually going to spray it around different points of this of the whole sample. So you got something going there. So then what we'll do is we will put this on resampling. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record a bunch of like different sections of this. So let's just so we'll go cool. We'll start off. Do the same thing. You've got some crazy fucking vocal chops and shit that you would not be able to get any other way. So you can just go through and chop little sections up of that, and you can come up with like a little cool drop idea. Like you could just go ham on the shit, really. So let's see what we got. Or whatever. And then start adding your effects in, and then you pretty much do the flume. That's pretty much the flume shit. You can just chop this into different sections, like use it in intros and shit, add effects like reverbs, whatever. But you're not limited to just vocals. You can do the exact same thing with synths, basses. Like you use a crazy like saw bass, whatever. You get the same thing. You can get really creative with it, man, and it's Yeah, this I'll see if I can quickly show you the synth thing, but that's pretty much what's going on in the remix is I'm just doing that with a synth. Let's quickly find a synth. There you go, playing right here. That's without any effects, anything on it. If you were to add reverbs and shit like that, you know. Whoa! Don't do this to me now. Let's jump back into that remix. You guys can still hear me, right? It hasn't frozen. It just said my internet connection's unstable.
Make your music stand out, get more views, and way more engagement. Bring your music to life. Get Music Visualizer. In every format, even for social media. Get started today. The link is in the description.
Yeah, man. So yeah, fuck with granulator. Get creative with that shit because yeah, pretty much every song I've been making recently is using it one way or another. Shadow, it's all granulator. This audio remix, granulator. Yeah, it's a game changer. And you can see now, like what I've just shown you there. If you go into Flume's mixtape and listen to like I don't know 8 of the songs, you'll see what's happening. Like you'll hear those little stutters and those random little like granulated things going on, and that's what he's done throughout the whole thing. So, so pretty much that drums that knock, the decap samples. Then you're making Flume shit. Cool. So back to this. So you can see that that's what I've done with those. So you don't have to have them as long extended notes as well, like I was just doing. You can, if you find a cool little like stutter, you can just go in MIDI and just draw in like notes like I have. So, that. So that's pretty much what's come from this. So again, yeah, so I've just laid a bunch of sounds, done those little reverb sweeps that I was talking about. Yeah. Drums. Drums that knock. What I was just talking about. What Flume uses. All the decaps drums on Splice are fucking wild. You don't need to do like any processing. I put OTT on the group. I don't really recommend doing that because that's I don't know. I don't know why I did that, but it just worked. Um, but apart from that, so we've got that. We've got us little synth. We've got to drop. down sub. Advanced has like a really clean serum sub. There's not too much else going on in this drop section. Again, I would have been doing the same thing I did in the last one I showed you guys. Just making a loop like that big and then just copying and pasting it over. And shit. I've also done the same thing with granulator. I think, yeah, I think this is a recorded granulator thing. Just put some reverb and stuff on with some just standard chords. These are just your standard serum, like saws, initial patches with the filter on. There's nothing else going on there. The reset will come in. Just little granulated chops to reference the drop. Build drums. What do we got? Just your standard build drums. I think there'll be some loops or something. I've actually used the stem. It's off. No, I haven't. Intro drums are up here. My bad. I've done that same thing with the clap and the reverb for you guys. Without doing what else have we got going on? Anything interesting? And no, Alex, yeah, that is pretty much just the straight up serum sub with no effects. I think I'll go into it. It is down sub. I know it is just the straight up sub, but at down, I probably shouldn't have. But it is. Yeah, it is. I know it is just a straight up serum sub. There's nothing else going on. Cool. Breakdown. It's just copy and paste.
Play it again and go under. Are you running away to make it easy? All the better. We'll see me turn around. Show me how I'm gonna read you, how I see you. Something to please you now. Do I believe you? Getting clearer. Well, show me the rules. I'll be your rule. Can you wait? Can you wait? Show me the rules. I'll be your ruler.
I've copied and pasted the same drop synth. I've just chopped it up a little bit. So we've got, and I've added in like a jersey pattern. I couldn't just do copy and paste because it'd be fucking boring. But yeah, just a little jersey pattern. Back into normal. And back into normal. Man, my CPU's not doing well. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that one as well. The main thing I wanted to show you guys in that one was granulator. I hope you did get something out of the granulator thing, because that's seriously, guys, I can't stress how much how helpful that thing is. Like Flume's done a whole album just off using granulator and shit. Even I don't know if you guys have got a chance to download the stems for his Rushing Back, his new Vera Blue. He did a remix comp for that. If you haven't, download those stems. Listen to the synth stems and you'll see it's all granulator again. Cool little stutters. Yeah, get on that shit. What I will do now is, because I've gone over there, Could be anything, branding, daily routine, mixing shit, DJing, how to, stuff about collabs, sampling, anything along those lines. While you guys are shooting me through some questions, I'm going to show you a couple of songs off that EP just to make up for the fact that we couldn't actually go over this one, which I wanted to show you guys. But I mean, hopefully we can set up something in the future for me to go over these projects with you. I don't know if I can show you the one with Advance because, again, that's just out of respect. But this is the one I was going to show you guys instead of the audio remix. But shoot through some questions now while you can. But yeah, save. All right, let's get into some of these questions then. So we've got Kyle. Not really. I don't really use parallel compression. I don't know. I tend to not really overthink shit like that too much. I'll just try a little bit of compression. If it sounds good, I'll just move on. I'll sort of mix on the go as well. Yep, can definitely do that, Alex. Mastering, I've just got a bunch of chains that have sort of like compiled over the years, which again, I'm happy to give these to you guys just because I know it's going to help. So what I can do is I'm going to give you guys key and I'm going to give you guys these mastering chains. Most of them are just stock Ableton things. But if I drag one on, I'll just quickly show you guys. It does make a big difference in the mix too. Let's get rid of that. So there's pretty much just some like side EQing, a saturator. They're all different. I mean, multi-band compression, and yeah, I guess like a glue compressor as a soft clipper and a limiter. I don't know, it's just stopping clipping, I guess, and sort of taking some stuff away from the sides. But I'm not an engineer. I know that, so I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm like the best at mastering. I'll just mix on the go. I'll master it, and I'll try these chains, and that's sort of my process. These are all just sort of fluked chains, I guess, they've come across over the years. It's something you just pick up as you go, I guess. It's the same with mixing. Um, yeah, I used to like write a track and then try and mix it at the end, but mixing on the go is something I really suggest doing. Um, yeah, like I said, I'll key and all of these key, drag one on, just a chain, it works, turn it on off, doesn't, maybe try one of the other ones. And you can sort of just deconstruct these and you guys can sort of see what a master chain will look like. I think that would help better than me sitting here trying to explain what's going on when, I'm not exactly the best engineer. Um, how did you create the opportunity for your first label release or any label release tips? First label release was a collaborative with Lude, Cocoa Butter. That was on Elysium Records. That came from them hitting us up. I'd only had like 2 songs out on SoundCloud at the time. And yeah, I guess sort of got lucky. I guess the market's a lot more flooded now. There's a lot more competition. So networking is the best way, I suppose, to, sort of get your foot in the door for some of these labels. Like you might have a friend that has released on a label and they can send you stuff through, because rather than you just sending them an email, which is fine, you can send your emails out to these labels and they might hit you back. But if it's coming from another person who is, affiliated with that label, you're going to have a lot more of a chance of getting on that label. I mean, it sucks, but that's how it is. But yeah, and then once you get one on a label like that, it sort of stems out from there. I find it's a lot easier to get on other labels once you've had one on a big label. But yeah, Alex, I can do some fill stuff again. I mean, it's pretty much what I did before with those with that quick fill I showed you guys how to do. But really, I'll just grab some random samples in and just sort of go from there. So let's see what we got. We could try a vocal one, we could try a bass one.
Switch.
Okay, something like that could be cool for a fill. So what I first sort of try to do is get the warp going so I can try and mess with some shit. I'm just holding down shift there, dragging it. And then I'll start adding some effects in. So again, one thing I always try to use is that corpus thing. I don't know what it's actually doing, to be honest, but this pipe resonator thing. It's either going to work or it's not. You can try OTT. Either going to work or it's not. But the other thing is vocoder as well. I guess this isn't the right sound to be using it on, but trash is another thing I put on a lot of fills. Vocoder takes away a lot of the high harsh frequencies from sounds. So let's put trash on. Still using the demo for some reason. Ooh, start messing with some more. You got a cool little thing there. Ooh. And then you can just start applying that to pretty much every sample. Like you can just start dumping a bunch of samples onto this same chain and seeing what works. And then you're going to be left with some really weird fills. You can even use that as a lead. Yeah, so my tip for fills is just mess with the warping algorithms, and you're gonna get some really weird effects. The beats, the Carmack thing I showed you guys before. What else we got here? How do you establish your groove, rhythmic elements? Do you start with drums first, or do you try and make a lead? Like I mentioned at the start, everyone's different. Some people will have to start with drums first to get the groove. I'm the opposite. I'll, like I'm doing here now, be messing with a sound and just sort of come up with a groove from this. So I might be like, what's happened to my sound? Oops. So I'll just put the mention on pretty much and just go. And just start going like that. I'll make a little loop, and then I'll just start adding drums in from there, adding processing in, like little reverb, the reverb thing with the utility. That's what I've been doing a lot lately. I'm pretty much rolling in like that. Shoot some more shit through if you want, guys, if there's anything else you want me to go over. Yeah, I know I got a few for the mastering thing, but I'm just going to give you guys those chains to save time. And then you can just deconstruct those chains. It's going to be a lot easier, and you'll get, I think you'll benefit more from it. So I've got 5 chains for you guys, and I'll give you guys a key as well. So yeah, that's going to help. If that's yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it for this one, guys. I really do thank you all for tuning into this. I mean, you know, it's pretty humbling that you guys actually fuck with my music, and I appreciate all the questions, all the love on this shit. So thank you to Defy for having me as well. But I'm gonna shoot through that stuff to Alex and Jackson, and I'm sure they'll make it available for you guys. But thank you guys, and yeah, I will speak to you all soon. Good luck with all your music, and all the best.